'Tis time for you to grow up, young frog. The Mojangverse is unstable. Worlds are falling apart from neglect. Projects abandoned, left unfinished. Megabuilds falling into disrepair. Laid forth in this book are a series of challenges you must complete to restore balance. Good luck.
It's funny how we always seem to land in water at the beginning of the season. That's right, you who didn't bother reading the title of the episode before you clicked on the thumbnail. We are indeed in All of Fabric 6, and I couldn't be more excited to finally be here. This pack came out something like 2 months ago, but we're in the middle of another series and couldn't exactly just abandon it. We're finally here, which is all that matters, so maybe give me a break, guys. Ooh, already we're getting geared up. You love to see it. If you guys can't learn to share, you don't deserve your own bed. So what is it you do at the start of any new modded playthrough? You probably check out the books that they gave you. So this is what you spawn with. You get the Modern Industrialization Guidebook. We'll definitely need that in a little bit. Biomepedia. Okay. Shows us a bunch of blocks and you can scroll through their biomes. Okay. We've got Hex Notebook. Had so much fun playing around with Hex last season. Uh-oh, maybe we should head back to that village. And of course, there's the quest book, which we may as well start now. This gives us a baby backpack. So this chapter will introduce you to the basics. Yep, there's a whole bunch of things. You got 4 categories of mods: logistics, utilities, tech, and magic. This is the kitchen sink mod pack. Yep, we're pretty familiar with REI by now. If you guys don't know what I mean by that, it's this thing over here on the right, where you just press R, it tells you how to get the item, or you press U on something, and it tells you what you can do with it, which is pretty essential. Excavate or Ultimine, we'll get to that in a second. And the first non-free quest here is craft this up to get yourself an awesome backpack. Let me in. I'd like to go to sleep now. Yeah, it's pretty daunting looking at a blank quest book without anything ticked off. That Ultimine thing we looked at earlier, you'll see there in the top left-hand corner for those not in the know. It's often called Vein Miner, if you guys haven't seen this before. Net to the wood, the whole tree in a single go, and that works for pretty much any crop. Let's pick a direction. I guess let's go see what's on this ship. All right, I've just cut the graphics back just a little bit, just so we can sneak over 60 frames a second. I'm collecting way too much garbage. So, series goals. Oh yeah, and you would have noticed this then, you can do this Ultimine thing on pretty much anything. Like if we were to do it on this sand here, it would mine up 64 adjacent blocks, but you can also change the shape. You see the outline there? The small tunnel digs a straight line, small square, I think probably self-explanatory, it's a bit hard to see here. Mining tunnel just digs you some stairs that go downwards. Escape tunnel, stairs going upwards, and shapeless. Shapeless is your best friend. Got some grubs. And we have a lot of junk as well. Some grubs and some junk. Oh boy, what are we going to do here? All right, let's convert this boat into our first little house here. We got some iron, okay. All right, with some iron, don't need you anymore. We can make a pickaxe. Now, series goals we'll get to in just a minute. Episode goals are a little bit more pressing. So I want to open up this map as much as we can. Ignore that I've already explored here. Inside tip, 0 is actually around here somewhere, so we had to... Anyway, yeah, we want to get around this terrain as easy as can be. So I think what would be a great early game goal is to try and get hooked up with some flight. So let's gather up a few resources that we're going to need. Find somewhere that looks reasonably safe and good to look at. Uh-oh, that is not a friend. They're not normally such cowards. Normally they come right for me. These things don't. These things don't sink. Why am I the one chasing you? All right. Okay, we got a key. Thank you, I guess. I should probably quickly grab that waystone. Hey, little guy's all grown up. We'll take that with us. So when we find somewhere that we're happy with, we can just teleport back and pick up all our stuff. This is modern Minecraft, so in my opinion, you should probably try and avoid doing the boring thing and starting off like you would normally in vanilla. What are we looking at here? Skeleton. Right. Don't do the vanilla thing. Shake it up a little bit. Oh, that's soul sand. That is a cool way to get soul sand early on. Ooh. Ender pearls, they are going to come in handy. And yeah, it's probably not the nicest way to start off a playthrough by looting and pillaging, but it's for a good cause. Oh, yeah. So for those of you who have been living under a rock, or perhaps just not as serially online as I am, you're probably wondering what mods are in the pack and what we're going to try and do in this playthrough. First things first, there's something like 310 mods in this pack. The main ones, which, or at least the bigger ones, tend to have their own chapter. So you see here we can go to the moon, to Mars, and beyond. Creates here, obviously, and following this guide here will get you through it. We've got Industrial Revolution, Modern Industrialization, the big one. Basically a slimmed down Greg Tech, which will, for us, one of the goals of the season is to get to the end here and have a fully automated and self-sufficient factory up and running. We've got some magic mods. Spectrum is another one that I've really wanted to get into, so we'll start that off pretty soon, I think. But the biggest kind of challenge that we're going to set ourselves for this season is to become the Completionist, which is once you kill the dragon, it opens up a whole bunch of challenging, I guess this is challenging, 2,500 of each of these kinds of foods that you got to give in. Obviously, the idea is you automate it. You got to kill all the bosses, of which there's quite a few. You got to get top tier Botania. You've got more Botania. And this one you get from, this is like basically indestructible armor you get from finishing MI. Then you can become the Completionist, and we can lord that over all our friends. Now, I find it's always worthwhile checking out these loot chests, even though half the time I'll try and kill you. Oops, 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 oops. Oh my God. First death, episode 1. Oh, that is cruel. And I destroyed my bed like a fool. Yeah, let's cut that from the video. I don't need anybody seeing what a noob I am. Thankfully, this pack has a grave mod though, so you can just head back to where you died and collect all your stuff, minus a few levels. I'll never learn my lesson, will I? Let's groove. What? I'm just going to pretend that somebody left me a gift. All right. This is something that you want to get into as soon as you can. Artifacts. You get 100% attack speed with this thing. It's called something else in Forge, but here it's called trinkets. And you got plenty of them, so we'll happily equip that. Let's get an ugly helmet. Oh, a full set of armor. I think we're ready here to take on the world. We'll do a trade. You can have that one back. Won't be needing that, old boy. Oh my God, already with an Iron Golem Traveler's Backpack. These things are insane. Look at this. Look at that storage space. Oh, it's so far away. All right, let's head back to our death marker, collect all our stuff, and then we'll choose somewhere pretty to get established in the early days. I risk it. And we're in full iron armor. Oh my God. I hate these things so much. Is it catching on me? Oh my God, it is. No. You better not. How come it's catching me? Oh, it's not supposed to happen. Okay, I can't hear it anymore. I think it's given up. Whoever designed those things to be faster than me at full sprint, you're evil and you're no longer my favorite person. Uh-oh. I'm gonna get right out of here. I didn't mean to jump into this dimension. I was just trying to do a bad joke. I was just doing a bad joke where I jump in knowing that I couldn't pass through, but I've already collected a diamond, which is what activates it. Why would you do that? Okay, maybe I shouldn't be here. Yeah, I don't think I should be in this place. Quickly run before you get yourself killed. And for anyone wondering, squid confirmed in pack. that was a concern for anybody out there. Fear not. Okay, that didn't take long. This looks like as good a place as any. I do like me a good island, somewhere creepers are unlikely to sneak up behind you. That's what we're after. Back to our ship. This ship, ugh, that's a hideous ship. This ship, also pretty hideous. However, what's this stuff here? This flax? That is flax. Oh my god. We want some of that flax. Flax is a way to get cool things, like string. So you can farm string. You can turn this into string, can't you? Yep, that's actually really useful. Because as I was saying, this ship ain't nothing. I mean, it's lacking a steering wheel or whatever it is, whatever that thing is that ships have. However, that's a cool lead recipe. We need 3 boats and a sail. This is a ship. Well, at least this is my ship. And is there storage in this thing? There is storage. Look at that. Huge amount of storage space. So you can bring the sail down. I've just keybound it to R. Oh, we're going a bit fast here. Oh boy. Isn't she beautiful? It's got nothing on that ship, but it gets me around. We'll head over there in a minute and see what those guys have for us. But for now, I've got a little bit of a farm going on. I've planted this flax here, so that's our renewable source of string. Early game. All right, you're coming with me. Now, I had a bit of a look in REI. Couldn't see any... Let's go this way. Get lost now. Couldn't see any way to move these, move animals. Like back in AOF5, you could shift and pick them up with carrier. That's obviously not in the pack. And there's also Goodle, which isn't in the pack, had a kind of animal crate. There is, of course, the golden lasso, but that's, it's expensive. We'd need to get our hands on Blaze for that. So pre-nether, I'm not sure that there is any kind of easy way to pick up mobs. Yeah, we're just getting some basic sheep. Just a fairly vanilla, I know I'm not supposed to be doing too much vanilla stuff, but fairly vanilla sheep farm going on there. Also, we can actually get leather from any kind of cooked meat. So I figure that's our leather farm and our wool farm for now. This was our tree farm. I just wanted to get started on making some charcoal. What we can do is with these guys, make ourselves some clay. We can get them cooking up in there, and then we need 18 of these clay balls. Oh, careful. And yeah, we've upgraded our food source. Here we are, we're eating toast. This stuff, super easy to make. Just cook bread. Let's get, if you stick around, we'll make you our friend later on. Get some of that going. Okay, because with these two things, with bricks we can make flower pots. And flower pots we can surround with, terracotta to get botany pots. And how much iron we got? And you just combine these, I believe, to make hopper botany pots. And we can just line these up somewhere. Like that. Put these guys right on top. Place the seed to start growing. That's regular dirt. Is lush better? No. Fill these up with dirt, and then we can plant like basically any kind of crop down there that we're gonna want. Great. And as this stuff comes in, we can just like convert it if we need it. Unfortunately, it's all going to be a bit manual for the time being. We have the wheat to feed our animals or to eat ourselves. All right, I would like to get just a little bit of better armor. And you can see there, I do have an iron helmet on, but I installed this Show Me Your Skin. It's kind of an extra mod, just so you can see my beautiful face. So I think maybe we'll just quickly get a little bit, we'll get some better armor. We'll get a better backpack and a few other items. Head over there, see what those guys have to offer us. And then we'll get into some cave-in and see and have a bit of a look what's beneath our feet there. Let's see, if we get a couple of these drying racks, put them somewhere out of the way. We can dry any kind of meat on them. And in a little bit of time, that's going to become leather. And once they're dried out, we can use them to make a better backpack. And I want to see if we can't get this immersive kit here. Like a lot of these aren't so bad. This one gives you better speed. It's made just of bones. So, you know, talk about cheap. Others give you like fire resistance, or 25% fire resistance. Actually, I guess that's 100% if you add them all up. You make them out of slime, prismarine, whatever. You can make them out of wood. Nah, it's cute, but sadly, it's not even as good as just an iron set. As you'd expect, it's made of wood for Christ's sake. Oh, our leather's almost done. Oh, God. You got to cook it up first. Right, well, we can probably do without a backpack. Let's head on over, loot this guy, come back, and then we'll head down, try and get enough gold. Oh, yeah, I really wanted the steampunk equipment set because it negates full damage, but we just don't have enough gold for it. Now, I'd like to be pretty sneaky here and not get caught because it's pretty obvious that they're going to be so much tougher than I am at the moment. Oh, wrong door. I think they're kind of stuck in place. Yeah, they don't like to move from their current location. Can we kite them? Can I get them to kill each other? Ouch! I think they must have armor piercing stuff. Alright, I think what we're going to do is what we always do. I think we need to pull out the big guns here. And just destroy whatever we can of this ship. Oh! My God! You're mad? Imagine how I feel. That's a far easier way to loot. Okay. Okay, and with that little bit of gold that we picked up, probably some iron and redstone as well. What am I doing running back and forth all the time? I didn't realize that there is this portable tables, which is like a portable crafting table. And as you could tell, a whole bunch of other portable things as well, even a portable blast furnace. So maybe I'll get rid of these things and just start going portable here. We can go ahead and make ourselves the backpack. Upgrade it instantly into a plated backpack. How do we look? It's just sitting there underneath the traveler's backpack. Now we should, with that gold that we got from the ship, we should be able to get ourselves this steampunk outfit. Compass, a clock, piston, there's a chest piece, set of leggings, and a pair of boots, and the goggles. How do I look? I think I look pretty spiffy. This thing gives you double jump, and also it negates full damage. And I'm sure we'll see that in time. Speaking of time, that is, I don't really have time to head down cave-in today because we got what we wanted. We got the gold from the ship in order to make the steampunk kit. So let's skip cave-in for today and jump right into some mods after a good night's sleep. Oh, I didn't realize that we have here all the books in one handy place, which is so handy because I felt like there were some missing recipes. Like the Red Bits book didn't seem to have a crafting recipe and a few others didn't either. I guess there's no need to really have crafting recipes when they're all available from the beginning. That's cool. This is the one we're going to look at today though, Lexica Botania, because I'm not going to be happy until we get some flight today, or at least something approaching flight. So it's cool that we've got the book handy right here, but I think I'd rather have one in my hand. You can hang out with those guys. The constant fluttering is so annoying. So sapling and a book gets you the book. Let's just make sure we've enabled the quest. Oh, it seems you get the book just from initiating the quest. Oh well, live and learn. So first things first, we'll get ourselves a flower pouch. That's just looks like any kind of Botania flower or mushroom, and some wool. Actually, it's a petal that it needs. We'll just put that in our hopper. So every type of Botania flower can be converted into a petal. And early on, these things are a great source of dye. Before we head on, let's just do Botania fertilizer. This is just dye and bone meal. Let's make a bit of this fertilizer. 1 and 4. With this fertilizer, which was just regular bone meal and any dye, it starts pooping out the the Botania flowers. So I'm just going to keep on doing that until we have one of each of these small flowers, and that'll mean that we're never short of petals. All right, that should be all of them. Yeah, we good. So Botania's been around for a while, but it's definitely my first time kind of jumping into it. Our goal is to end up getting our hands on this Rod of the Sky, which seems to be the quickest way to go about getting airborne early on. So let's work towards that. Botania is the tech mod themed around natural magic. The main concept is to create magical flowers and devices utilizing the power of the earth in the form of mana. All right, I'll probably leave you guys to have a read through this on your own. But with the help of Lexica Botania and the regular quest book, we should be able to follow the quest lines to the runic altar. And it's in that place that we can get the required rune of air to craft the Rod of the Skies. All right, so let's do that then. We need a petal apothecary, which is just a petal and some cobblestone. So petal apothecary. Okay, you produce what's called functional flowers. And this is the stuff, maybe not all of them, but these are the things that generate mana for you. And that's the life source of Botania. So we need to make an endoflame or hydrangeas. Hydrangeas? Let's just say hydrangeas. So let's get this guy set up here. We'll grab ourselves a comparator real quick. And it says it gives out a signal when this thing is full. Yeah. Easy. And I do know that you can just kind of throw that on and it also fills it up. So we could probably get ourselves a dropper. We can get that set up to drop a bucket down whenever it receives a little bit of power. Okay, maybe not so aggressively, but you get the point, right? So if we just do a redstone tower, feeding up there, it's got a water bucket in it. And then when this is empty, it'll spit out another bucket. And with a bit of seamless terraforming, you can hardly tell. So now if we take this water out, that's cool. If we have a few more buckets up there, we can just kind of do a few crafts, refill the buckets, and then chuck them back up. Right, so first things first, let's get the hydrangeas. 2 dark blue, 2 light blue. Once the correct petals have been put, throw some seeds in there to finish the process. Okay. Then you toss in a seed. Oh, that's light blue, wrong color. Mystical cyan. It tells you there, it gives, chuck in a seed, you get the hydrangeas. And the other one was endoflame. 2 browns, a red, and a light gray. Fill it back up. Right click with an empty hand. Ah, it said right click with an empty hand. I think to repeat the recipe, I just don't have all the goodies. I couldn't actually find anything about them in the books, so I had to look elsewhere. And it turns out this one, see how there it has a bit of a health bar, and this one doesn't. So this one consumes water and turns the water into mana, whereas this one consumes burnable blocks like coal, that kind of stuff, and turns that into mana. So I think what we want to do is focus on just getting these endoflames. Thankfully, these mystical flowers work with botany pots. So we'll just let them craft up a little bit in there for a while so we can craft up some more endoflames in a minute. And while we're waiting for that, we can craft the next bit, which is a pure daisy. 4 white petals. Makes a pure daisy. Right click with an empty hand. Oh, it does work. Nice. Okay, so we've got these 2 daisies now, and around them you place wood. This says far from being just the most basic, the pure daisy is the most important flower a botanist can have. put wood and stone around it, and you'll get living wood and living rock, which are important resources. Okay. Oh, it's doing a thing. We'll give that a minute like it requests. Once we have the living rock, we can make the mana pool, and that's when we get into mana manipulation. I'm very patient. I can wait this out. All right. Living rock, living wood. 1 mana pool, please. Okay, so let's put this guy down there. So you toss items in there to infuse them with mana and turn them into other things. And it accepts mana from a mana spreader, which just requires a piece of gold. There's our mana spreader, and you link things with the wand of the forest. Some kind of petals. Oh, it actually, do you choose the colors there? You get to set your own colors. Oh my God, you get to set your own colors. In that case, one of green. I think that's it. That's our wand. Bind to that. To that. Okay. It looks like it's bound to this. Might be overshooting it. So let's give it an endo flame. We'll give that some charcoal that we've been cooking up. Oh. It seems like everything in this mod is thrown on the floor. Oh, it's doing a thing. And you can see a tiny little blue dot there on the bar. All right, we need some more of these. Right click. Right click. Right click. I'm not sure how many of these things we can use, but it's modded, so you may as well go crazy, right? All right, that ought to do it. 15 ender flames. Let's let it rain down on these guys. Right clicking with a piece of wool will make it quiet. That's much more tolerable. Cool. Okay, so we've got our mana spreader here, filling up our pool. I can still hear you. Barely. Runic altar requires a mana pearl or a mana diamond and living rocks. We have slightly more diamonds than we have pearls, so let's use one of them instead. So what was that? It was like a little hat, wasn't it? Mm-hmm. That's our runic altar. Everything's coming in. We'll have a little Botania corner over here. For the Rod of the Skies, we just need a rune of air, which was a mana steel, mana powder, piece of carpet, and you put all that on the runic altar. So let's start sharing the mana to the altar instead. We can get mana powder by tossing in even just dye. Of course, all the kinds of dust in the game, redstone, glowstone, sugar, whatever, will give you mana powder, but you know, dye is cheap. We need a mana steel ingot as well. And a piece of string. So it was just these 5 things. Okay, kind of scared me. What? Why is there an X there? Okay, I see a timer, so I'm guessing I just let it chill for a bit. And then add some living rock. And right click it. I guess, I'm not sure. Did it use the living rock? I think it did. Rune of air. Oh my God, we're almost there. We've got a twig, we've got a feather, and we've got that guy. Bam, bam, and bam. Rod of the Skies. Now we can read about this thing. The Rod of the Skies uses mana to launch its user high in the air. To use that, simply right-click with it and watch yourself soar. After use, it will briefly enter a mode where it negates full damage, keeping the user safe. Well, we've already got full damage protection on our boots. So it's double protection, I guess. Right, so I suspect, right-clicking with this thing doesn't seem to do anything. Shift right-click, it doesn't seem to do anything. I suspect that's because there's no mana on it. But I've been given the book a read, and it looks like to get mana, you want to use these mana tablets. So using mana spreaders to transport mana, all well and good, but you can't take it with you. The mana tablet is your answer to that. So a diamond surrounded by living rock. Now we just toss that in there. Oh, look at the arrow there. The arrow is saying tablet to pool. Right click it, pool to tablet. Nice. Not bad. Hey, it's half full. That's pretty good. I also found this band of mana, which is mana steel ingots and that, and then you get to wear it like a trinket. And the band of aura, a variant of the band of mana, but instead of storing mana, it slowly generates it and stores it in mana containing items such as the band of mana. Okay, and you want one of them. Good little tap. And then the band of aura. Then we can equip these two. That's in our 2 ring slots. Let's get you back over here, please. And why not just fill up the ring? Yes. Right. That's mostly charged. I guess let's try this thing out now. Whoa! Yeah, no need to worry about taking full damage. All right, that's pretty high. Can I do twice? Once? No, only just the once, one at a time. That's really cool, though, Rod of the Skies. What if we combine that with the trusty old glider? So 2 wings, it's a bunch of leather and string. Sorry, guys. So 2 of them, and turn that into one bit of iron. Should allow us to make a glider. Put that in your offhand. Run around. That's flight. All right, now we have flight. This will make our lives much easier to explore and open up this map. Oh, I can even go higher. Really? Are you serious? Somehow just by flying, it resets your jump. All right, probably in between episodes, we'll open up the map and find somewhere good and proper to set up and find a proper base, you know? All right, let's open up these loot bags and see what we got. Scrolls, some biscuits, yum yum. Okay, these are just the regular ones. Just some food, the rare magic ones. Okay, a bunch of hex casts in staffs. And last but certainly, actually it's not even last. There's some more. Another agriculturalist, just some grilled cheese. Some more rares. Okay, flowers. What's this stuff? Soul glass, 20 other stuff. All right, that should help us get into spirit sometime soon. And last but certainly not least, artifact. Please be night vision, please be night vision, please be night vision. Drinking hat. Decreases the time it takes to drink drinkable items. Hey, I'm number 1 and I let gravity do my drinking. Well, you can't win them all, I guess. That's better. I can see so much more without that freaking fog. All right, well, that's the episode. I hope you enjoyed it. We're just going to fly around here for a bit and have a little scope out of our new world. Hopefully we can find somewhere pretty spectacular for us to settle into and to start thinking about building our base. I'm so freaking excited to finally be in an All of Fabric 6 world. Like I said earlier, this is going to be a completionist run, so we're going to be here for a while. We may as well set up somewhere nice. How can we see my face? We can't. So I'll try to give each episode a mixture of like adventure, mod progression, and building. So if that's your kind of thing, maybe I'll see you in the next one. Catch you later.